Hey guys, Chris here. In this video, we are doing the Motorway range test in the Cupra Born 58. So today, we're going to find out just how far this car can go on a full charging battery on the motorway at motorway speeds and see how close it can get to its WLTP rated range of 424 kilometers. And then after the range test, we're going to connect to the chargers here again and see how close we can get to that peak charging speed of 120 kilowatts. And then at the very end of the video, we're going to put this car into a chart and see how it actually compares to the competition, because this car is a closely related cousin to the Volkswagen ID3. So it will be interesting to see, will this be just as efficient or less efficient, more efficient? I really don't know. And also, regular viewers may have noticed that we are actually at a new location, and that is because we have a brand new sponsor here on the channel called Recharge. Recharge, they are the largest providers of lightning rapid and fast charging in the Nordic countries, in Norway, Sweden, and Finland, with 2,600 charging points, which is completely mind-blowing amount of chargers. So that's why we're here at a new location, which is about 20 kilometers north of our old location. We're going a bit further north, but the total route is a little bit shorter. The new route is 216 kilometers versus the old one, which was like 232. But the nice thing about this new route is that we are starting right in the 110 kilometer an hour zone, meaning an average speed that is a little bit higher than the old test. Just a few kilometers an hour faster, but it should be more relevant to more people around the world watching this video. But the biggest thing I like about this new test is that we are starting a little bit north of the airport, meaning we basically have no traffic. So that's it, guys. We're going to charge to 100% now, and I'll see you guys on the road. We are now on the move, and we've been on the road for 15 minutes now, and we are approaching our first checkpoint, which is the Minnesundbrua, which crosses the Mjøsa River. And first check here is the wind socket here on our right side, and it's basically gone almost. That wind socket is broken. But according to the wind map, we do have a tailwind of about 5 meters per second in the northeast direction. We are heading north now, so we should have, from our rear left side, a tailwind that is 5 meters per second. It doesn't look too windy outside, or actually it looks a little bit windy if you look up there in the bushes. But yeah, so that will most definitely affect our consumption, which now is at 17.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, 17.9. So it'll be interesting to see what that will, go up to or drop down to once we hit, our turnaround point at the Shell station in Moelv. As I said, we're going a little bit further north than the old test. And traveling with this car, guys, it's quite quiet and comfortable. I mean, this has sport suspension, so in the city it's a little bit bouncy, stiffer than what you would expect. But here on the motorway, very comfortable. These seats are really nice, and this cabin is so much nicer than what you would find in a Volkswagen ID3. Yeah, this Cupra interior is so much more interesting with the colors and the materials, and the trim and the quality overall. Just look of it is so much nicer. On the center console, you have a wetsuit fabric type material that's really nice. You have microfiber on the seats and on the doors. Yeah, it's a really nice car to sit and to travel in. Much more pleasant than an ID3, which is really, really basic. But okay, guys, just want to talk a little bit about the car and what it feels like on the road. So we're going to continue on now, and I'll catch up with you once we get to, well, actually to the Mjøs Tower, Mjøstårnet. We have to wave at that on our way past it. To our left, we have the Mjøs Tower, the Mjøstårnet, the tallest habited, the tallest, residential wooden structure in the world at almost 90 meters. It's pretty cool, pretty awesome. Made completely out of wood. Yeah, really nice. And this is also our old turnaround point, exit 73. But we're going to continue about 14 kilometers further north. And just to give you guys an update, consumption now is 17.6 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. No, it's not, because this is our, our long time. That's from start somewhere else. 18.0 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So it is a little bit up from when we last updated. But it's going to be interesting to see once we turn around, because here it looks like to be pretty calm. If you look at the trees to our left, guys, Yeah, it does not seem to be too much wind here, but the wind map rarely, lies. So we'll have to see. But okay, guys, let's continue on now a few kilometers, and I'll catch up with you when we get to our turnaround point. We're here at the end of the 4-lane motorway. This is where it ends northward on the E6, so this is why our exit is there. But they are constructing new motorway that's going to, go about 40 or 80 kilometers further north. I'm not sure. Same type of motorway with 110 zone, 4 lanes, but probably not done before a few years. But still, this route is good enough for now, going 216 kilometers. In wintertime, some cars aren't even able to go this complete route, when it's cold, when it's snow. So, but it does the job, it gives us the, reliable enough numbers to calculate our range at the end of the video. So we're now driving below or underneath the motorway, and then we're going to take a left into this roundabout here, and consumption 17.9 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. As you guys can see, we've been on the road for 56 minutes, and according to the car, average speed 114 kilometers an hour. But guys, I am driving the speed limit. I'm not breaking the speed limit, but you can infer from that what you want and make sense out of that in a way. But also at the end of the video, we're going to put the actual speed into the chart, because I'm also timing this independently and calculating the actual distance, because these EVs or cars in general do either calculate or count more or less distance than, or most likely more distance than your actual traveling. So your consumption numbers are often going to be a little bit not that precise, which is fine, but also we want our average speed to be as precise as possible. But okay, guys, let's continue on now, and I'll catch up with you guys within or in an hour, and at our endpoint. Here we are, guys. This is our exit, and we just got a message that we are at, I don't know, probably maybe 10% battery, because it said 60 kilometers of range left, and but it doesn't show the battery percentage in the display in the Cupra. But okay, here we are. We're going to stop the timer at 1 hour 53 minutes, and let's go ahead and take a right here and go to the recharge chargers over here, which do seem to be occupied. Okay, but okay, let's go here into this, and then press this, and yeah, look at what it does. That's so annoying. Okay, again, here, and then press this. There we go, and then go into the it's not this one. This is the one, the trip computer. 19.9 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. Okay. Yeah, and what is the battery percentage? This is so confusing, this infotainment system here. So we go there. No, here. Is it status? It has to be status, right? No. There. And then, okay. Here. There we go. 20% state charge. Okay, so, which one do we want to try? Maybe we're gonna wait a little bit, because these do split the charge in 75 kilowatt blocks. So this is an ID3 charging. Is he getting 100 kilowatt? Yeah, we'll try to connect to this one over here and see if we can get that 120 kilowatts, guys. So we're now connected, and let's see how quickly this car initializes. 20% state of charge. And as I said, this charger, 225 kilowatts, has 3 75 kilowatt modules. That means it can split the charge at 75 kilowatts. But yeah, we're getting more than 100, so that means we are using 2 modules. So this charger should be able to give us 150 kilowatts, but we're not getting more than 98 kilowatts at 20% state of charge. And again, this, having a newer software than the ID3 I tested last year with the same battery pack, I'm not sure when it will get, that 120 kilowatt peak charge. But what I experienced with the, let's see, where this one, what I experienced with the ENIAC VRS last week is that if you don't navigate to the charger, you're not gonna get, I don't know if it does it have preheating? Do these cars have preheating now? I was only able to get 100. No, that was not the case. That was the EQE I drove. I'm confusing now, guys. But yeah, we're getting 96 kilowatts at 22% with 2 hours driving on the motorway. But this car does not have preheating, so I don't think if we navigate to a charger, we will get any higher speed. So it must be, maybe the battery is not up to temperature quite enough, or this is the charging curve where we only charge at 95 kilowatts at 23% state of charge. Before we end today's video, let's take a look at the battery pack size, the consumption, and then calculate theoretical range. So this Cupra Born 58 has a net battery capacity of, well, 58 kilowatt hours is right there in the name. Very simple and very nice, actually. So we take that number divided by today's consumption, 19.9 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, and then subtract about 3% in heat loss, we get a theoretical range of 283 kilometers, which is, it's fine. It's middle of the road. It's not the worst. It's not the best, but I was hoping we would get closer than 66.7% of its WLTP rated range today, considering very nice conditions, you know, between 13 and 15 degrees Celsius, dry and sunny weather. Yes, a little bit windy today, but you know, that headwind on our way back is also a tailwind on our way to our turnaround point. So it shouldn't affect the consumption too much, but still, I mean, it's fine. This is a relatively inexpensive car starting at 35,000 euros, 350,000 kroners here in Norway with this battery pack. And, you know, it's much nicer than the ID3 to drive and to sit in my opinion. So not bad at all. But what really surprises me is that the consumption is quite high. 19.9 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers isn't much better than what I managed with the Polestar 2 long-range single motor a few weeks ago under similar conditions. Yes, it wasn't as windy that day, but still, that car has been criticized since day one for not being efficient. And that car is bigger. It was on 19-inch wheels as this car, but wider wheels and tires. So, that is quite interesting. And also, this car was also less efficient than the Mercedes EQE 300 I tested last week. So if you want to check out the results of that car, link in the description box down below. But overall, guys, it's an inexpensive car, this, and it's also a very nice car to sit in on the inside. Much nicer than the ID3, much more interesting, much nicer materials. The infotainment system, we're going to get back to all of this later. You saw that it's not the easiest to use, but it's still better than what you find in the Volkswagen. So guys, let me know what you think down below. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below. And for more car content, as always, please subscribe. See you guys later and goodbye.